So here I have a diagram. The black is the other team, and the rest of us, this is us. The rest of the team is us, okay? And what I wanted to show you, which is going to be very important for you to understand this, line of pressure means this. Let's say she has the ball here, and she's got pressure, right? So she's got somebody coming up to defend her. She's receiving pressure right now, right? The one thing that I want you to understand is the line of pressure basically means on either side of this player. So she has an option, right? In passing. So she can either pass to this side of her or she can pass to the other side of her. Okay? So the line of pressure is basically this imaginary line that as the defender gets closer and is pushing in on her, okay? The line of pressure basically means how this line that basically, and this could like go on forever and ever and ever, okay? So she needs a passing option, right? Where anything within this triangle that I basically drew, okay? Anybody that's standing within this line of pressure and within this line of pressure and anything within that triangle, you are not open. You are within the line of pressure, okay? So whoever's playing up on top, one of your responsibilities is to move laterally to find an opening. Well, I can tell you right now that if you're here within this triangle, you will not be able to get the ball from our player who needs help. You are not a passing option if you are here. You are in the line of pressure, okay? Now, this line that's created, okay, it moves. It can go in and it can go out. It can go in and it can go out, all right? So I want to show you, right now, this is the farthest that this line of pressure is going to, this triangle is going to come out, because the defender, this pressure, is high, tight, okay? So what that means is the tighter the defender is to the player that has the ball, the wider the line of pressure is, okay? So, in other words, now she needs to drop back wider, right? In order to be a passing option. Now, if the defender is playing here, let's say, so she's en route of putting pressure on her, okay? So let's just freeze her right there, and I'm going to show you how this line, I'm going to keep this line actually, I'm going to show you how that line changes. Okay, so now, let's look at the line here, okay? All right, so now because the defender, this pressure is further away from the player, look at the line. It's more narrow. So what does that mean? That means that now she doesn't have to drop back so wide. Because this pressure is away from her, farther away, and because the line of pressure is narrower, she can actually come up here, come forward towards our goal more, and still be a passing option. Okay? And this also means that she doesn't have to move before, look at the black line. Look at how far Anya or whoever this is would have to have moved in order to get out of that line of pressure. Okay? Well, she doesn't have to move that far anymore. Now she can move just right here, and she can get a nice pass. All right? So line of pressure, that's very important to understand, because line of pressure means what angle do I have to be at to support my player who might need to pass the ball. When we're on the defensive end, there are going to be times where you want to mark not your person. You don't want to mark, so Okay, let's say the other player's got the ball. Okay. And let's say, we got a player down here, over here, and a player right here, and a player right here. And they are all trying to get open for this player here who has the ball. All right? There might be a time where you don't want to mark the player. You don't want to go up. Not everybody needs to be tight to their marks. Okay? If you're tight to your marks, then it opens up these passing lanes that they could pass the ball into space. Okay? And that's just as dangerous. So you can either pass into space or you can pass to someone's feet. The passing lane is important to understand because you want to make sure that there's an opportunity to take away the passing lane if you understand where that passing lane is with regard to whoever has the ball in the field. So as an example, this person here, this is a passing lane. Well, Anya or whoever can come back and you don't have to mark a player, but you can mark the passing lane. You can take away this pass, not by marking the player, by just stepping into the passing lane here. Okay? And then now she doesn't have to mark player. Now she can come back and back off the player and mark the middle more. Protect the middle more. All right? Let's say she starts to... This is one of our center mids. Let's say she's coming up, the outside mid is coming up to put pressure. This is a passing lane from here to here. Okay? Well, she has nobody to cover necessarily, no body. However, she can cut off the passing lane, and she can do that by stepping in here. All right? So it's another way of defending. This is the player with the ball, this is the line. If she overlaps the ball, overlaps the player with the ball, okay? And as you overlap, usually what you do is you make an arc. That's how you overlap. All right? So now she's going to make an overlapping run, and as she's making the overlapping run, this person's going to play the ball, okay? Maybe not here, because that's not in front of the defender, right? We want to pass the ball behind the defender, because the defender's facing this way. Don't forget that. The defender is going this way. So she's going to pass the ball behind the defender as there's an overlapping run into space here. That is an overlapping run. Okay? You can do an overlapping run. Usually means from the inside to the outside of the field. And who's going to be doing our overlapping runs in a 3-4-1? Our outside mids. Outside mids. Outside mids. Okay? Does that mean that the only players that can do overlapping runs? No. It's just the way the formation is set up, though. The outside mids have the opportunity to do more overlapping runs than anybody else in the field. All right? Anytime you have pressure and you see that you have one of your players wide open in the back, okay, you support pass it. All right? If let's say this defender does like an overlapping run, right? Kind of moves laterally like this, and let's say she passes to the side of her. That is not a support pass. Okay? We call that a square pass. I'm not really big on the square pass. I'm big on the overlapping pass or the support pass. Square pass, not so much. Okay? So, again, she's got the ball, she's dribbling this way, she gets pressure, she doesn't have any way to move forward anymore, so we're going to support pass it. We're going to move it back. What's important about the support pass? When you do not have an option to move forward, when you see that whoever's in front of you, in front of the ball, is not getting open, you can't shoot, you can't dribble, you can't pass, what's something that we can do to alleviate, to remove the pressure? You support it back. You support it back so that we can quickly then move forward again. So a support pass is really like I want to use the word recycle. We're moving the ball up. The support pass says, oh, we came to a block. We can't go anywhere. And if I force the ball forward, we're going to lose it. And that, I think, is the key thing here. When you force the ball forward, and you have the option, if you play it forward, you're gonna lose it. Don't force it. So what do? Drop it back. Support it back. Support pass. All right? We are recycling. We are going to support it so that we can redo what we're trying to do, move forward, and score a goal. She can give the ball, and then she's going to move behind, and we're going to give it back. Okay? That's a give and go. It involves two players. It involves the giving the ball. It involves the go, making the run, and then you're getting it back. Give the ball, move, go, get it back. Give and go. Okay? This player acts like a wall. That's what this player does. All you're doing is deflecting the ball and giving it back. Goal on this side, goal on this side. We're moving vertically. This is laterally. All right? So you're going to move laterally. This person's going to move laterally up on top, trying to find windows. That means space in between two defenders. It doesn't anywhere on the field. Anywhere on the field. Okay? So let's say my center mid has the ball here. Okay? If my striker is here, that's not finding the window, right? Find the window. Move in to space in between the defenders so that we can get you the pass. Okay? It also means, check this out. She's going to do an overlapping run here, and she's going to find the window or the through ball. The through ball means finding a ball in between two defenders. You're like, you want to use the word slot. You're going to pass the ball into space through the defenders, okay? So you might start dribbling here, and making the run this way, but then what you have is this side player making the run, and then you through ball it, and this player's running on. Okay? So we actually just talked about windows and the through ball. All right, and the last two things that I want to talk about, weak side and goal side. Weak side just means if the ball's on this side, this is the side of the field that the ball is on. Whoever's on this side, that's the side of the field the ball's not on. Now, two things to that. One, that does not mean that you are not important. You are very important. Whatever you're doing over here, just because the ball's not over here doesn't mean what you are doing and where you are is not important. It is very important, okay? And actually, to some degree, even more important than the side of the ball, where the ball is on, all right? Especially in a 3-4-1. So, if the ball's here, we're shifting over here, all right? Oops, that's my outside mid. These are my two center mids here. And here's my outside mid. Weak side just means whoever's on this side of the field, because weak side is the side without the ball. I'm going to be talking about weak side a lot, so it's important to understand when I say weak side that you know what it means. Goal side. Goal side just means on the defensive end when we're defending. Defending means, let's say. Okay, let's say one of their players, I'll put them green. So here's 4 of their players. Okay, here's one of their back players. Let's say Anya is defending here. Okay, we want to make sure that if we're marking through the middle, okay, her marking on this side of the player is not goal side. That's not goal side. Okay, because if, let's say, she does some fancy move, and she gets behind Anya, she passes it here, that's right into goal here, okay? Goal side just means making sure that you are on the side protecting the goal. This is leaving the goal wide open. This, okay, is goal side. All right? Goal side could also mean, let's push it over here this way. Goal side could also mean what side you're on, right? So, if this defender, I'm going to put her goal side the right way. Okay, let's say, so she can either pass to here or she can pass to here. Let's say she's marking her on the outside. This is not protecting the goal. The goal is here. We need to protect the goal. This is not protecting the goal. Okay, this is wrong. Goal side means you get on the other side of her and protect the goal. Push her to the outside. Protect the middle. Okay. And that will be it for vocabulary words, but the last thing I want to say, key concept is, especially defensively, is you need to protect the middle. Anytime we lose the ball and you don't know what side of the player to be on, think of it as this is the goal, you know where the goal is, you need to protect the middle here. You need to protect that. Okay? Anything we do is going to be, and where we position ourselves defensively is going to be in direct relation to the question, or to, not the question, but to the statement, protect the middle. Protect the middle, protect the middle, protect the middle. Middle comes first. If we push them to the outside, that's okay. If we push them back, that's okay. If we allow them to go through the middle, that is not okay. We're not doing our job right.